I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come in at an early crossroads here, facing a tough opponent on the road where a loss would make them 0-3.
And when you start that way, doubts really start to creep into a locker room, and guys start to battle each other instead of worrying about winning games.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3 quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
On 1st and 10, Donaldson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 101 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
60 Pittsburgh.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field, and when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Donaldson, and this one complete to Smith. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And to give this time to the tailback. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Off the play fake. Donaldson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. A look at the starters now defensively for the Bears. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 14. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Ready to break.
55. Check 55. Mike. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
5.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. From the gun on 3rd down. Donaldson. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
He's not going to get me.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Hill. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Soto on the move to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Operating from the gun, Soto. And he slings one that's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Throwing on first down. Soto. Throw right side. Going to be complete to Moss. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how are you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down. Soto to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Soto got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. From 3 yards out, and the Bears have taken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Now the try here for the point after. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
And now a carry here for their fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. To throw on 3rd down. Donaldson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. Now, that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Soto. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on a turnover.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down now, it's Smith. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Donaldson, complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Check 43.
On 1st down, Donaldson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. 20, 10. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Let's go. Down. 18, Gator. I got him.
Back to throw. Donaldson, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down, Donaldson, and he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
We call it sack look.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to throw. Donaldson. They'll set up the screen to Smith. 8 yards on the screen there. Not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play, because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy, because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong, because they have plenty of leg.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. And an alley to run. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Let's go. Shift.
They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Soto. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Soto.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bears on 3rd down, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, Soto. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Good job.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, that puts them in that position.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Bears on third down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Soto looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half, 7-3 our score. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Donaldson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
Well, he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Looking to throw. Soto. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as the Bears push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point up and through, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely 1 play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start in the NFC, a division matchup pitting New Orleans against Atlanta. And it's the Saints who have the lead in the second quarter. The Saints looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. We'll stay in the NFC South. We head to Carolina to check on the Panthers. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
On 1st and 10, Soto looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morrison. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Check. Crunch.
On second down, it's Hill. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. Single.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw on 3rd down. Soto steps away. He may try and run for this. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
To throw on 2nd down. Donaldson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Donaldson trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Trip. You got trip. You got 3.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On 3rd and 2, Soto. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
So how would you describe that one, partner? Workmanlike right there, getting that first down, blue-collar type football?
Yeah, only needed 3, got 4, just enough. I like workmanlike.
I think it's pretty cool myself. Everything doesn't have to be high glamour in this game.
All that, and it only nets him a yard. It's second down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 3rd down, Soto. Throw left side complete. That's Morrison. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Soto. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun. Soto. And an alley to run. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, Soto. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
No problem there on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Smith. And an alley to run. run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check, 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 check. Check three, check three, check three.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. They'll try and run with their fullback. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Donaldson. It's caught. Smith. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Donaldson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Smith. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. To throw on 2nd down. Donaldson. And this is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Donaldson. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Point after here coming up. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. I'm coming.
Throwing on first down. Soto. That one complete to Hill. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it? They
really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Soto sliding out of the pocket. He may try and run for this. Well, they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the tuck and run. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Bears on 3rd down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This will be 3rd and 5. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Get ready.
Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
And now out comes Minnesota. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st down, Donaldson throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. He's got Smith here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up 1st down, too.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Donaldson going to throw right side here. Complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2nd down and inches. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. On the draw, this is Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
18 Gator.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Donaldson. That is caught at the 7. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Donaldson. And that will be incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
And his kick is indeed good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Back to throw. Soto, he can run for it, and he will. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Soto. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Hill. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. From the gun, Soto. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Soto. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Hill. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5.
Still 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch that end, tight right.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's put.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal.
Check 9, check 9.
From the gun, Donaldson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Donaldson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off play action. Donaldson. And his throw is incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Donaldson. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. What? Go.
On second down, Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go again.
They'll run it with Hill. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bears, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.